Hi everybody, welcome to School of Scarlet. Today I have another message for you. So today's message is about how you survived everything that was meant to destroy you. There were things that came into your life to make you crazy, to probably end you, and you still survived. And so we're going to talk about it here today, and we're going to really point to those things that really helped you to survive, the ultimate truth of what's going on here. So stay tuned for all of that. If you're finding yourself finding this video in a space where maybe you feel attacked, maybe you're in the midst of a battle like this, you're going to want to stick around to watch this video, because how we survive these things is in this video, and everything that is happening in your life is pointing you to this. So it's not a coincidence that you landed on this video. You landed on this video because there's truth here that is going to help you to move forward. So as I was in my life, a lot of times in the past, I had heard about things like generational curses. I hadn't really heard about the dark night of the soul, but I heard of addictions. I heard of mental illness. I heard of lots of things that people were going through that was causing them to go crazy, end themselves, many things like that. And so I had a heart for that. You could say I was maybe an empath. And so I went into counseling. What I studied in school was psychology, and I started working in social work in all areas, and then counseling and all of that stuff. So my heart was there. But at the same time, I was fighting my own battles. And so I've talked about that on my channel. You're welcome to go back to any of my older videos and really, see some of that stuff that I've shared with y'all. But today's video is about you and how your strength got you through this. And we're going to point to what really is going on when people are experiencing these things. So we can call them generational curses. We can call them addictions. We can call them, I know when I was in church, it was very common to hear that the devil is out to steal, kill, and destroy. And that was a very common thing that I would hear over and over again. And you can see that the spirit of the devil could be seen as some of these things like addiction, like mental illness, like, some of these things that come into our life, even like poverty, even. Any of these limitations or battles that we may fight. So whatever it is that you are going through or have gone through, really you have to see it as it's really actually an illusion. You're much stronger than this. These things are coming up for you to kind of dispel them. So it's a very painful way to kind of go through these things, but we have no choice in this. If we have, been kind of passed down wounds from our family, or, genetically, maybe some sort of addiction or something like that, we have to kind of address that as who we are. And you may be that generational curse breaker. You may be that person in your family that is the first one to stop drinking alcohol, or the first one to finally break the curse of poverty, or, to finally break the curse of abuse or domestic violence, sexual abuse, whatever it happens to be. You might be finding yourself here today and recognizing, wow, I'm the one that has really broken this curse. And it's not easy to do so. If it were easy, everyone would do it, and these curses would have been broken long ago. But you stayed strong. You went through these things, and you can call it the dark night of the soul if you are interested in looking that up. It's something that we all go through at some point or another, and not everybody makes it, but you definitely made it. And you made it past everything that, is the illusion. So you're seeing things more clearly now. The dark night of the soul can either, bring you into more awareness of who you are and the truth of life, or it can keep you stagnant in addictions and things that will essentially hurt you. Because the only thing left to do in that case, if you surrender to that, then is to just cope with the things that's happening. But when we align to the truth, then we have a way to overcome this. So you are an overcomer. You have overcome this, and you will overcome this if you're watching this and going through this. So how do you overcome something like this? Well, you see, everything around you is pointing to solutions outside of yourself. Oh, you have an addiction, you have to go speak to this addiction specialist and get help here. Or, you have this issue, you have to go speak to this spiritual leader, or you have to join this religion in order to do it. Or, you have this problem with your mental health, you have to go get this kind of therapy. And so the world's going to point you everywhere outside of yourself. And you're going to probably go seeking that help. And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing wrong with seeking help. It's one of the steps that you take in order to really overcome a lot of these things. So have no fear. Just don't get trapped in a loop of only seeking external help or external resources, external codependent kind of situations to help you to cope with this. At some point or another, what's going to happen is everything's going to turn around. You're going to be pointed inwards, and you're going to see what's really going on. You thought that God, Spirit, the answers were outside of yourself, but they're truly inside of yourself. And the God that you're seeking, the solution that you're seeking, whatever you're seeking outside of yourself has been within you this whole time. And when you connect with the God within you, you can overcome anything. You're resilient from then on. There's nothing that can take you down, but you have to connect with that essence of yourself that's right there, that's been there this whole entire time. When you connect with that self and you release the lies of this world telling you that you're not enough, that you're not worthy, that you're damaged, that there's something wrong with you, that you have this condition or that condition, when you refute all that and you stay in the truth of who you are, that you have God within you, and you don't allow anyone to sway you into anything else, you begin to exude that. You begin to become that, because you always have been, but you're believing illusions. You're believing lies about yourself. It's not true that, this generational curse is going to go on and on. You can break it right here and now. It's not true that, this mental illness that you have, that there's no way to stop it. It's not true that, whatever is going on with you that's causing you all this distress, whether it's a relationship, work, something like that. It's not true that you're stuck in this. You're not stuck in anything. When you connect to the truth of who you are, you can walk with strength, with resilience, and move towards those things that are more aligned to you, releasing the illusions, releasing the shackles that are not true to who you are. So everything that is happening is to point you to the God within. And when you connect to the God within, that's when you've gone through the dark night of the soul, okay? So it is a situation, a painful process that we all sort of get to walk through at some point or another in our life. And I hope that you will be strong enough to walk through it with courage, with faith, that you are walking in the right place. Now, you won't know what you're walking into. You won't know what the next step is. But you see, the God within, everything that you are, is going to slowly begin to show you that. Have faith. Walk with courage, forward, not backwards. If you find yourself walking backwards into things that, were your coping mechanisms, realize that there's nothing there that's going to save you. There is nothing in this earth that's going to save you. There is nothing physically here that will ever save you. The only thing that will save you is within. And when you connect to what's within, you are resilient in a way that nothing outside of yourself could ever give you. So I hope that you will connect to what is within you now. And if you have walked through this, if you have, gone through this whole cycle of the dark night of the soul and come out of the other side of it, you know what I'm talking about. Comment down below. If you have anything to share on this, if you have anything that you can suggest to others or whatever, comment down below. I love to hear from y'all. So you have made it. You have walked through this. What was meant to make you crazy, make you insane, ruin you. Maybe you had addictions that were meant to kind of destroy you. Maybe you had a situation in your family that was recurrent, domestic violence or something that was meant to kill you. You have now overcome it. Don't go back. Keep walking forward and connect to what is within. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're not connected to what's within, if you don't have any kind of direction, you feel like you're not having any kind of intuitive, abilities, like you're feeling disconnected in some way, I want to invite you to my new intuition training. I'm right now taking people on my wait list. It's going to be a live online, but live group container. And so we're filling up for that. If you want to go ahead and get into this training is going to connect you to your inner spirit, to your inner self in a way that, you'll never forget this. This will be a tool that you can use for the rest of your life. This is something that essentially you learn naturally through going through the dark night of the soul. But you don't have to go through any kind of suffering. You don't have to go through all of that. You can realize this right here and now. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and email me at schoolofscarlet@gmail.com and I will get you on that wait list. And as a thank you to you, you get one of my new Intuition Activator journals. If you don't know what the new Intuition Activator journal is, it's a journal that I just came out with. It has 111 journal prompts that are meant to connect you to your intuition. So maybe you can't take the course right now. Maybe you can't do that right now. You can't commit maybe with the money or with your time. That's okay. I'll also link down below the link and where you can purchase on Amazon my journal. This journal will jumpstart you, activate you into your intuition right here and now. So I'll link that down below. But if you do sign up to the wait list today, I will personally mail you one of these journals, and I will write a message, an intuitive message specifically for you, and sign it for you. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope that y'all are doing well. I will catch you on the next message, and I love you all.